So coming into this episode of One Piece, a pretty decent episode all in all. And the thing about it is, I guess we start off the way we ended it in the previous episode with, I guess, Pudding chatting with Luffy and Nami, and then pretty much saying that she's not going to marry Sanji, and she pulls the old Itachi slash Sasuke moment where she whispers in Luffy and Nami's ear. We don't get to hear what she says. Although if you read the manga, we know what she says. So later down the road, another thing is it focuses on Brook getting through. I guess the Big Mom pirates that are guarding the road poneglyph kind of sucking in that regards. Brook putting in the work, taking care of the chest piece soldiers, and then uses Blizzard Slice to slash right through him. So that was kind of cool. Brook showcasing what he could do. Big Mom not only just blew the door down, but looks like we're gonna get a fight between Big Mom and Brook. I don't like Brook's chances, but there's something that Brook's gonna do to make himself look epic. So I hope they add to that. I really do. Scene where somebody shoots when Brook isn't looking, and he's able to dodge, and then he's able to slice through him. So did Brook use some type of observation hockey there? So that was kind of interesting. Anyway, dodged the shot, gets the blow in, and then he gets the keys to obviously to unlock to get to closer to the raw poneglyph. Now, in that instance, you have Big Mom coming down through the corridor, and then coming up to the door says, "Smoothie, there's somebody in there, an intruder. Let me in." And I'm kind of curious, couldn't Smoothie have blown the door down herself? Anyway, the aura comes. I love the way they did this. She gets pissed. The aura comes through her mouth, and then she just with just one shockwave, she blows the door down like it's nothing. We know from the manga her physical capabilities is ridiculous. So she comes in, Brook is like, okay, now I'm screwed. But in that instance, if Brook able to get, because Brook literally stated himself, because of Pedro using himself as a decoy, I was able to get this close to the poneglyph. So if I don't get the information now, we are never coming back here. So did Brook able to copy the poneglyph before Big Mom walked into the door? That's the first thing. Number two is you can obviously sense some huge tension in this episode with the way it started and the way it ended. With the way it started, obviously very somber, Pudding, very mysterious, looking like she's going to do something to help Sanji escape, maybe sacrifice herself, or maybe it's to do something else. But the bottom line is the reactions of Luffy and Nami, and I don't recall ever Luffy looking like that, and Nami generally scared. She was crying, so something bad's going to happen. And when we saw somebody talking to Sanji about the crew being locked up, he got word that Luffy and Nami are locked up. Then he found out that Brook and Pedro were surveying, being chased by Smoothie and Baron Tamaga, right? So he knows Brook's there. We also get to see in the mirror world Chopper and Carrot literally take care of business. Brulee's burn with all, I guess, the cauldron of hot water, thanks to Carrot putting in the work. Then she uses Electric Luna to take care of the rest. And then Crocodile goes, I guess, Chopper goes Monster Point, suplexes Crocodile Boy, and then Diesel tries to make a run for it. But man, Carrot's speed, she's already on his shoulders. The moment he says, nobody can match my speed. She's like, got you, guess who? So she's playing that Naruto bullshit. And she's able to, well, Diesel just runs himself into a wall, which I thought was kind of odd, but okay. So that gets resolved, and now Chopper makes the observation. Okay, now they can go in and out the mirror world, and believe me, this happens a lot in this arc from here on in. So just get tuned for that. But Chopper and Carrot put in the work. Carrot for Nakama. So then, like I said, Sanji gets word, and then we also find out that Pudding isn't feeling very well. So Sanji says, "I'm going to cook for her." And do you notice the first thing he picked up was the orange or the tangerine? Who is more notable for having tangerines? Nami, right? So maybe the food that he cooks is going to be for the Straw Hats, because remember, Luffy said, "I'm going to wait at that spot, and the only food I'm going to eat is from Sanji's hands." So maybe that's what's going to happen, because there's definitely something shady going on with, because we see the Vince Smokes, right, talking about, and Yonji's pretty much like, "Where's Reiju?" And it's like, we don't know. She went off on her own. Then they kind of brought up the whole thing about Sanji. What's going to happen after they get married? Where they're going to bring Pudding back with the Vince Smokes, and this is where, okay, made the first mistake, because they're already stating the plan in front of homies. There's going to be huge sources of information for Big Mom, right? So Judge is like, yo, we're going to catch a Pudding in case they have any intentions of doing something to us. So I'm pretty sure that's what Big Mom's going to be doing as well, because there's definitely going to be some betrayal in the works. So just get tuned for that. They're setting it up big time, and with the homies there, you can see them listening in. So that's going to play a role. I'm telling you right now. HG pretty much said it doesn't matter if Sanji dies because we don't care. So either way, we win. Although I'm pretty sure Big Mom's got something to say about that. Speaking of Big Mom, she blew the door down like nothing, and then we get the confrontation between Brook and she said, "What a strange creature." So, and I think it was Tamago that pretty much stated, "Don't kill Brook because Big Mom will be interested in someone like Brook." So, I right there, and it's like, and Sanji's thinking, no, they're not going to. But Big Mom promised not to do anything as long as they don't escape. Luffy, by the end of this episode, tries to escape by, I guess, spinning himself. That's what it looks like. Or he's going to rip his hands off the wall, at least. And obviously, the most suspenseful part of the episode was Reiju. Obviously, it looked like she may be going to Pudding's apartment. The way she was going around, she was obviously walking around the corridor. The thing about this, in the manga, we know what happens. Before that, the very last thing we see her, it's like she's bleeding across the legs. It's obviously she got shot by somebody. And we now know, in terms of manga readers, we know what happens before she has a certain conversation. We know what happens. So I'm going to lay that down. And obviously, the suspense is building, and Reiju's like, "Oh, it's you." She gets shot, obviously in the leg, so she's still alive. So obviously, that's where it picks up next week. Obviously, it's not going to focus primarily on that because next week's focusing on Pedro and Tamago. And if what we saw in the episode is any indication, it looks like there's huge scores to settle. It looks like they had a clash before and they're evenly matched because both of them lost an eye. This is the first time we've seen Tamago without the glasses, and this is the first time Pedro has unraveled his bangs, I guess it was covering his eye. They both lost an eye, and we're going to find. And by the way, was that in the preview? Was that a relative of Beppo? Because you see a polar bear, right? So who else in the series do we know of a polar bear? So I'm pretty sure we're going to find that out too. Can't wait for that. This very good episode. Oh, I got believe, even though I seen this in the manga, my heart kind of bleed for Reiju in this one. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.